Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, come on in, have a seat. Let's take a look at P. Diddley. I have been dying to know more about the P. Diddley situation. If that bothers you that I say P. Diddley, just don't watch. It's as simple as that. I have my own Oracle decks here, one that I handed and one that I had printed. The printed one you can find in the description box below. At some point, I would like to redo it, but until then, it serves a great purpose. It does a great job. I know pretty much absolutely nothing about the P. Diddy case. I did not do any research. I've not watched any videos. I just know that cops raided his house, that people are coming out and saying things happen at his parties, and men and women were made to do things, including children such as Justin Bieber made to do things. So I really wanted to take a look at to see what's going to happen moving forward. So I don't know if they've found anything yet. I don't know if any court cases have happened. Also, my Oracle deck, please keep in mind that when the cards come out, it may not look like you would expect it to. So, such as knife and stab. That does not mean that somebody got stabbed with a knife. That could mean being stabbed in the back or cut like a knife. Words being cut like a knife. So we're just going to take a look to see what cards come out. I have lots of Oracle decks here. We're going to take a look at timing. What's the vibe? I got my tarot deck here. I also have an astrology deck. Maybe we can get a look at things from an astrological point of view. We're going to see we're going to roll with it, see what comes out. I am also using a new microphone. Please let me know if you can hear me okay, if you prefer this. If not, I can always go back to just using my camera microphone. Tell me more about P. Diddy. More about P. Diddy. Make sure everything's in view. Accident, knife stabbed. Bad feeling, deja vu, gut feeling. Pregnant. Ran away. Side of the road, murder. You may find out that he did murder somebody or he hired somebody to murder somebody. Whether it was with a knife or if they were stabbed, or it could have been somebody that stabbed him in the back and he put out a hit on them. That may come out during these proceedings. Bad feeling, deja vu, gut feeling. What about it? Dreams, visions, signs. Someone definitely knew this was going to be a thing. Somebody knew this was going to happen eventually. Who's pregnant? Kitchen. Something very specific could have happened in the kitchen area, whether it's a video that hasn't been looked at yet or film that I feel like this is something very specific. Could have been with a pregnant woman. Or maybe he was coming up with ideas and you see that it was happening in the kitchen. He's like, oh, this would be a great idea for a video. And he's like washing the dishes. I don't know. Something along those lines. Ran away. Enemy. Did he run away? Did I hear that? Did I hear that he like tried to run away, but he didn't get very far? Maybe that was somebody else. Letter, email, call, text. Somebody could have accidentally said something which triggered this whole ordeal. Or someone could have seen something from the side of the road. People could be coming to the side of the road by his house, outside of his house. Oh, he could have been a boss who was murdering, or he might have murdered somebody. He could have murdered his boss. He could have been a boss who was more likely to murder somebody. Search and rescue. I feel like a lot of people were rescued from all of this coming out. I don't know what all of this is, but I know that it wasn't good, whatever it was. Like, I'm not getting anything real specific yet. Police dogs. Did the police find something in the kitchen? Did the police dogs find something in the kitchen? The police could be like dogs on a bone, not letting this go. Good for them for not brushing things under the rug or taking bribes. He could have been running to a family member, or a family member turned enemy. Interesting. I'm excited to see where the dreams and visions go. I definitely feel like people were rescued with his jail time, incarceration. Sorry, I was looking for that word, incarceration. People definitely could feel like they're safer now that he's incarcerated. Deja vu, gut feeling, dreams, visions, signs. I feel like people were, like their souls were set free now that everything is out in the open. Now, I know that they were inappropriate videos, pictures, shenanigans, and I say shenanigans and not in a funny, light way, but more of a serious nature. Drugs were involved, I believe. Domestic violence. Didn't that come up? Was it him where his wife... I don't know. Is he married? I don't even know if he's married. But to me, domestic violence is more than just partners in the home having an argument or physical abuse. This could be, you're in my house, now you're going to play by my rules type of feeling I got here. Let's see what else here. Child abandonment. With the knife card, murder, and boss, there's a good possibility that he could have forced women to get abortions if he would have gotten them pregnant. He could be abandoning the aspect of the case that is more on a sexual base and maybe focusing more on murder because he doesn't want to be remembered for the sick things that he did sexually. He'd rather be remembered for murder. That's such a weird thing to say. I don't know. You guys will have to... You see these cards. If you watch what's going on, have more insight. I know there were videos and stuff that came out. I don't watch those. So you'll have to tell me. Guilt. This could be that feeling, knowing that he's going to have a guilty verdict. He could be seeing signs and visions, having dreams about a guilty verdict. He could be feeling guilt. I don't see that. His victims could be having feelings of guilt. Had I spoken up, other people wouldn't have gotten hurt. Even though I feel rescued now that he's incarcerated, I feel free now that he's incarcerated, I still have like this survivor's guilt that I didn't do more to stop this or that. That's the vibe I'm getting on that one. Conspiracy. Oh, okay. So the pregnancy, the kitchen, the police dogs, this could be their way of trying to create a conspiracy to get away from the seriousness of what's going on. They could be focusing more on a murder case that happened, or, well, these people showed up to the party. Let's focus on how bad these other people are. I don't even know if this is in frame. Okay, we're good. Whew. I'm just dilly-dallying along here. Identity theft. I would not put it past him to be working on a way to get out of the country and then never come back. I don't know if he's retained or if he is on house arrest, but I can definitely see him fleeing the country, changing his identity. I saw skin bleaching in my head, so I don't know about that. That'd be possibly even plastic surgery, really going above and beyond to change his look so he's not spotted or seen anywhere. What else do we got going on? Solicitation. Not surprised that came out. Well, you came to my party. You're getting fame for being here. What are you going to do for me? That's the vibe I'm getting. What are you going to do for me? You're getting something out of this. What do I get? Negative childhood. He could have some serious issues from childhood. There's a saying, hurt people will hurt people. That's, not everybody does that. Not everybody who has, traumatic childhood experiences go out there and create more, traumatic childhood experiences. It's not what I'm saying, but I am saying that because of things that may have happened in his childhood, he could be more susceptible to following in somebody else's footsteps or thinking it's okay to do certain things when he really knows it's not. More. Theft and bribery. He could be looking at theft charges as well. Of what? I don't know. But I also feel like this is more of, I stole people's livelihoods. I stole, almost like a devil in the crossroads. I stole their souls. I am the devil. It's like he's devil in a Sunday hat. The conspiracy could be bribery of some kind. Could be bribing women to get pregnant with this kid. And you never know. People out there will do that. There's movies even made about that, where dudes love to get women pregnant. I mean, to each their own. Let's get one more. And then we're going to take a look with the tarot. Victim. I would not be surprised if he plays victim. I would not be surprised if these people that he has ruined their lives, ruined their souls, their livelihood, everything about it. I would not be surprised if he is the one that plays victim. Would not be surprised whatsoever. Let's do, this is the Practical Tarot. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, it is a mass market deck, and the images are just, I think they're stunning. I hope it's okay on camera because it's very glossy. So I guess we'll find out. Ooh. Let's take a look here. The Tower card. Oh, big things are coming. Let me look. Oh, good. No massive glare, thank goodness for now. Big things are coming. Big changes. I love that it's a chrysalis and you can see the butterfly, and at any moment it will hatch and be free. And I don't mean that for him. I don't see him becoming free. I see his victims continuing to fight to be free. 8 of Cups. I'm getting more of an emotional disturbance rather than a lack of emotional fulfillment. Or he could have been acting out of a place of emotional lack. Like, oh, I need to feel something, and just continue down that path of amping that up. Well, that was exciting. Let's try this next time. I don't think it was just any one thing that he started with. I think it was very small. He got away with it. Let's try it again. Got away with it. And then just kept amping it up. Nine of Swords reversed. I normally don't take them reversed, but it blatantly came out reversed. So the way that I'm looking at it is that in the upright, you can see that the swords are coming down, pointing towards her head. And if you see it in the reverse, it's like the swords are coming out. That burden coming off the mind. Letting thoughts, letting anxiety out. This almost seems like a confession. Did he confess to anything? I don't know. Someone in his group could be feeling guilty about things, whether it's a camera person or a friend or somebody who partook in these, I'm going to say shenanigans again, but please don't take that as taking lightly very serious situations. But I feel like there was a friend or someone he collaborated with who felt guilty about doing what they did, but also loved the feeling of getting away with it. I would not be surprised if this person confesses and, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, speaks against him when the time comes. Isn't it Mercury retrograde? Because I am just having a hard time finding my words lately. All right, let's keep going here. Tell me more. Page of Swords, yep. This could be an online post. Could be a tweet or Instagram, talking to the media. I think somebody's going to speak almost prematurely, just to make sure that they aren't the ones being held accountable. They want to make sure that who gets held accountable is the right person. But in my opinion, anybody who was involved and allowed it to happen and let it continue to happen is guilty. Not coercion. I feel like I'm looking for a word right now. It's not coercion. They weren't coerced into doing it. They partook in it willingly, but felt like at any moment they were going to get caught, but kept going. They were totally okay with it. They were okay with it until they got caught. This could also be somebody who's this could be a younger air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. That speaks out, comes forward. This could be one of the victims who pinpoints everybody that was there, who took place, who was a part of it. I I don't know what Justin Bieber's sign is, but I feel like he is a big part of it. All right, let's keep going here. Death came out in reverse. I love that the death reversed and the Tower card is here. It's very powerful. Unfortunately, with the death reversed, I feel like this is an actual death that had occurred. This could be a suicide of some kind. I don't know if I can say that word on YouTube. Shit. Unalive themselves? Well, I'm not monetized, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But I feel like somebody did happen to die. And that could be what shakes up the investigation that people weren't expecting. It could be somebody from his childhood. And childhood is, 0 to 18. Don't forget that just because he's like, when he was 17 or 18 doesn't mean he wasn't a child. He was still a child then. And I'm talking about P. Diddy when he was a child. There could have been a death. He could have killed somebody, stabbed somebody, whatever. He could have been gang affiliated. I really don't know his past. So take what resonates. Certain things are going to come out in this trial that people were not expecting. I mean, they are going to dig through his entire life just to point out that this was a pattern coming forward. Almost like they could have predicted it. Seven of Wands. Going against the grain is the thought that came to mind here. Going against the grain, doing things that were unconventional, things that he was asking people to do, things that nobody would ever do had it been their real life. Dudes with dudes, women with women. Even though those things are normalized more so in society now, these people who are forced to do things or were drugged to do things or coerced to do things, his victims, I mean, they would never do the things that they were made to do. They would never do those in real life. And I feel like it's really created a hole in almost like their persona. Like it's really created a hole in who they thought they were or who they want to be. I can't be myself because I did this. Well, that doesn't make you who you are. But that's the mentality that they're dealing with. That's the emotional aspect that they're dealing with. I also feel like this could be an uphill battle. Almost like years to come type of situation. I feel like this is going to be dragged out for years. Almost like the Epstein thing. And since I mentioned Epstein, I would not be surprised if he was a big person in all of this. In the creation of P. Diddy. I mean, P. Diddy could be his own self. Like he could have been self-created, but I feel like he got his ideas from somewhere. Okay. 10 of Pentacles. I'm seeing big payout. That's the bribery, big payout. People feel guilty that they took money. I think that's going to come out. Victims took money, took payment. Didn't Justin Bieber say that he got a Lamborghini for trading his soul or something like that? Something along those lines. I know he got a fancy new car, and that was a huge clip that went around for a while. Like if you're scrolling on Facebook Reels, like something like that popped up. Something with Usher and P. Diddy. It's like Usher introduced him to P. Diddy. I'm not quite sure how that worked out, but people taking bribes, getting real rich from it, but massively feeling guilty for it now, knowing that they could have stopped some of the things that had happened. And those things that have happened are going to come out in the trial. I don't think people even, I don't even think they scratched the surface with this. I don't think people realize just how wild this gets. Okay, let's get one more. It's definitely a child, children, somebody that he may have had children with. This could have been an unknown pregnancy, or at least unbeknownst to him, that comes forward. It could be his own child that comes forward. I don't know if he has children that we know of. This could have been a prodigy. I didn't know if there's a prodigy that young lives being destroyed are going to be coming forward. And I really feel like it's going to be massively difficult for these people to come forward. Embarrassment, guilt, shame. I would not be surprised if we see some deaths associated with people coming forward, either unaliving themselves to get out of testifying. Oh, that's what it was. Testify. Somebody's going to testify against him. Someone that was in his group. That's the word I was looking for earlier. Somebody in his group is going to testify against him. Somebody trying to get out of testifying. Like just the mere thought of having to sit in front of that man and tell their story of all the details that happened. And this may be people who weren't even interviewed yet. These could be victims that people know nothing about, that they wind up finding on tapes. And then they're so guilt-ridden, so embarrassed and shamed that I could see them doing particular things just to get out of testifying. These people could also be fleeing the country. The person that testifies against him, or people that testify against him, could be fleeing the country. Like once they testify, they're like, I'm out. What's the vibe deck here? Let's get some more cards on this. Consequences and salty. Bad choices, games, mixed signals, bitter, angry, petty. Would not be surprised if we see some massive pettiness going on P. Diddler's part. Like, you enjoyed it when you were doing it. You're going to pay the consequences just like I am. How dare you testify against me? You were right there alongside me, even chiming in on things that they should be doing. Directing. Getting me the drugs, whatever it is. I also think we're going to see like waves with this trials. I'm not sure if it's even going to trial. I don't know anything about it. Waves coming and going. Legal. I was looking at this deck earlier to see if I wanted to use it, and I saw this card. I'm like, yep, I want to use this deck. Legal. Lawyers, court, paperwork. I think people are going to get petty with the legal aspect of things. Like, well, in the state of California, we're allowed to do this, this, and this. Ooh. The lawyers, I could totally see lawyers paying the consequences for doing whatever trial. If a trial happens, like paying the consequences for standing up for this man and the people that were a part of all of this. Healing, self-care, introspection, meditation. Recharge. Breathe, let go, clear your mind. Just double check and make sure. Oh no, you can't see this one. Sorry guys. I don't know. You change the temperature here. No. Was a little bit better with this one. We'll leave it at that. So this one is salty, bitter, angry, petty. Down here we have healing, self-care, introspection, meditation, recharge, breathe, let go, clear your mind. Once everybody is held accountable and all the legal proceedings are done with all of this, healing can start. If it hasn't already, healing can start. There could be support groups, places for self-care for the victims. Running, so fitting for identity theft and get away and run away. Escape, denial, excuses, and glow up. New opportunities, new careers, successful business. Would not be surprised one bit if this man takes off and starts a whole new life. Whole new life. Would not be surprised one bit. Almost like, I would say we would never see him again, but he likes the spotlight too much. Especially with this ring light here. I feel like he likes the spotlight way too much. He can't create a career or opportunities or a business without being in the spotlight. Bottom of the deck is cutting ties, freedom, standing up, awaken. I'm taking that. I'm going to put down here. Hopefully, I feel bad that you guys can't see that one card. Frustrating. All right. Let's get some timing. Let's get an idea of when things are going to happen. So if there are court proceedings, when will that happen? When will that take place? If it's not already. I don't even know. Rushing in. Rushing it. I'm going to take it as it went upside down. Some of these cards come in upside down. If I don't feel like it should be reversed, I'm not going to take it reversed. This came in upside down, and rushing in reverse tells me that it's slow, extremely slow. So court proceedings will be extremely slow. Upside down. Testimonies or confessions. Testimonies and confessions. Worth waiting for. Again, I really think somebody's going to be coming forward that nobody's expecting them to, or you're going to be hearing stories that nobody knows has happened yet. I don't think people are going to know too much about it until afterhand. What about him running away, leaving the country, starting over somewhere? Will P. Diddy, if P. Diddy leaves the country, when? Not in this lifetime. Oh, I love that answer. Not in this lifetime. He thinks he's going to get away with so much, and I feel like not in this lifetime. He's going to try, though. I really think he's going to try. When will we get an outcome for these proceedings? When will we get an outcome? Maybe next January we're going to see some headway, or it could be in January time in the future, a couple of years in a January, that we find out information. Bottom of the deck is at night. So much happened at night. I feel so bad for all the victims who went through all that. This is a reading on P. Diddy and what's going on currently. I have no idea how accurate this is. You guys will have to let me know. If you enjoyed this, please comment, subscribe, like the video. If you want more content like this, let me know. Tell me what you'd like to see. And I appreciate you all watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.